The Western world depends on Africa in every possible way, since alternative resources are scarce out here. So how does the West ensure that the free aid keeps coming? By systematically destabilizing the wealthiest African nations. Of course, the West needs Africa's resources most desperately to power airplanes, cell phones, computers, and engines. And the gold and diamonds, of course, a status symbol to determine their powers by their core and to give value to their currencies. Leaving the entire world under the impression that Africa is poor and dying and merely surviving on the mercy of the West. Well done, Oxfam, UNICEF, Red Cross, Life Aid, and all the other organizations that continuously run multi-million-dollar advertisement campaigns depicting charity porn to sustain that image of Africa and their systems, and all that backed by huge PR campaigns. Ad campaigns paid for by innocent people under the impression to help with their donations. While one hand gives under the flashing lights of cameras, the other takes in the shadows. We all know the dollar is worthless, while the euro is merely charged with German intellect and technology, maybe some Italian pasta. How can one expect donations from nations that have so little? It's super sweet of you to come with your colored paper in exchange for our gold and diamonds.
That the aid is in fact not coming from the
But
West
instead,
Africa, but from Africa
come
to the Western
empty-handed,
world.
filled with
The Western world
integrity
depends on Africa
and honor.
in every possible way.
We want to share with you our wealth and invite you to share with us.
So how does the West ensure that
The perception is that a healthy and striving Africa would not disperse its resources as freely and cheaply, which is logical.
and their system?
Of course, it would instead sell its resources at world market prices,
Leaving the entire
which in
world
turn
under
would
the impression
destabilize
that
and weaken
Africa is
Western
poor and
economies,
dying and merely surviving on the
established
mercy of the
on the
West.
post-colonial free meal system.
Well done, Oxfam, UNICEF, Red Cross.
Last year, the IMF reports that 6 out of 10 of the world's fastest growing economies are in Africa,
Multi-million-dollar
measured by their
advertising
GDP
campaigns
growth.
depicting charity porn.
The French Treasury, for
Same
example,
image of Africa.
is receiving about $500 billion year in, year out. Foreign exchange reserves from African countries based on colonial debt they forced them to pay. Former French President Jacques Chirac stated in an interview recently that we have to be honest and acknowledge that a big part of the money in our banks comes precisely from the exploitation of the African continent. In 2008, he stated that without Africa, France will slide down in the rank of a third world power. This is what happens in the human world, the world we have created. Have you ever wondered how things work in nature? One would assume that in evolution the fittest survives. However, in nature, any species that is overhunting, overexploiting the resources they depend on as nourishment, natural selection would sooner or later take the predator out because it offsets the balance. Now that I shared my perspective with you, I would like to share my initiatives with you. On a deeper level, we are blessed with the real treasures the kings and queens of this world desire. This was the largest alluvial diamond ever found. It weighs almost 1,000 carats, 969 to be precise. This beauty was found by an old lady in her backyard about 2 years ago, 125 carats. Some people mine gold in their backyards. That's quite common. Besides gold and diamonds, we have about 20 precious minerals that have been discovered as of today. With creativity and passion as the sole ingredient, we participate in a global market to the most distinguished art collections and exhibitions in Berlin, Paris, New York, Miami. A proven concept that produced self-sufficient individuals financing their own education into lawyers, engineers, filmmakers, and artists within only 3 years. A concept based on mutual respect and sharing. A blueprint that can be replicated anywhere, under any circumstances. I only had the vision and the insight to recognize diamonds in the rough. I believe charity merely creates inferiority and dependency. I want to serve as a bridge between two worlds I call home, to facilitate a fair exchange between two contrasting worlds that become powerful once balance is reinstalled. It's not about charity, it's about charity. Today I invite you to change your perspective. Own your visions of a brighter world. Never see lack, see abundance, always, everywhere, and watch the universe conspire. Don't focus on problems but on the solution. Remember that perception of any given situation is the only thing that determines the outcome. I am Mallence. I am German to change your channel. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Thank you for listening.